pasting text into the system. We create a little preview of your document on the system after it's been uploaded. This is also what the translator sees before they take on the job. And people have been using this for all kind of crazy stuff. So, for instance, people have been translating tweets of celebrities, and actually people have been doing sort of more crazy things like translating love messages between like a Swedish guy and his Japanese girlfriend, doing some really crazy stuff. But the important thing is really that the feedback's been very good. So the quality's been great. The customers actually love it. The turnaround times are pretty fast, and it's been working really well. So the next product that I don't really have time to talk about, it's actually a developer tool called String. It's an awesome product, so check it out. But the one I'm going to talk about right now is the API. So the API really allows us to take that good quality translation that we developed and plug it directly into a website or an application. So for instance, we're working with Magento, which is an e-commerce platform, to allow you to get translation directly within the application. So if you publish a new product listing, you can get that translated from English into Japanese or German or whatever within the application. So you don't have to go to a separate site, you don't have to call a translator. Another company that we're partnering with, actually we're making the announcement today in Japan, is Movable Type. So Movable Type is actually the most used publishing system in Japan. And the partnership is going to mean that bloggers and other content creators in Japan can create content in Japanese, for instance, and then using MyGameGo directly within Movable Type, they're going to be able to publish in English and whatever other language they want. So it's pretty cool stuff. The launch of the API was around the end of Q1 this year, and as you can see, we've had good growth from the API. It's very nice. You know, words translated is like our key metric, obviously, because we make money each word that gets translated. So it's really great for us that it's taking off. So how do we do it? Basically, you know, we knew from the start that to provide translation for customers at an API level, they can't be going in and choosing every individual translator, right? So all of our work is around testing and quality control and finding good people. So we create tests and we use people we call senior translators. So the senior translators are people who've worked in the industry for a long time, they can spot quality. What it's meant is that now, you know, if you look at the volume we're doing, it's kind of, it's actually sort of 10 times this time last year. But actually the feedback ratings that we're getting from customers are equivalent, so the scaling is working. If you look at the amount of testing we're doing, I think around 11,000 people have taken our tests and 1,200 have passed. So this testing is pretty strict. The actual feedback from the translators is pretty good as well. So even as the network has grown, people still love us. The translators love us because they've got flexible work, they're able to log on when they want to, and they get pretty reliable income from the site. That's the team there. I think they're watching on Newsstream actually, so I'm going to wave and say hi. Ultimately, really, it's about people. So, all the translators we have working for us, all the staff, the crowdsourcing thing that we're doing, it can make it seem like they're doing little crappy jobs, but they're not. They're doing something really valuable. And, it's all about giving them a long-term opportunity. So that's us.
Good stuff, guys. Thank you so much. Questions? Hi. So I have a real practical problem. I'm supposed to give a talk in Seoul, Korea, in about 3 weeks. So if I were to send you guys an open document presentation in English, can I get one back in Korean?
Yeah, we do English to Korean. If your document is like a normal size presentation, you're probably going to get that back in a few hours. So you have plenty of time. We have the customer inquiries.
I noticed that you guys, the service is paid. Why would somebody use your service instead of the free services out there, by the big companies you mentioned? Just didn't mention about your monetization. How much does it cost, and what's the advantage going to you guys?
Sure. So it is a paid service. Our pricing is on a per word basis, so it starts at 5 cents a word. What that really means is that a letter page of text is going to be around $25. So the reason that it's paid for is that people do things for money, and it's easier to get translators to do good quality work for money. The way we would see us against a machine translation service is pretty much complementary. Actually, through our API, we also offer machine translation because we know that the instant and free thing is actually cool. But what we're finding is that people don't build businesses around machine translation. It doesn't happen. So no one's really happy to put their brand on content that has been machine translated. And that's what we're kind of banking on, that the quality wins out. Yeah.
Hi guys, this is Jesse Kesman. I'm one of your translators actually. It's a great service, I really love it.
Great.
I noticed the job just came in while we were sitting here listening to the presentations. Quick question, it's really cool how jobs get farmed out through the website. You grab them if you have time, you don't if you don't. It's awesome. However, it's a bit of a land grab sometimes. A new job comes out, guys wake me up in Japan, beat me all the time. Are you considering different ways of farming out work?
Yeah, exactly. And it's great to hear from you, by the way. One of the things we're looking at is where translators who've contributed more over time and who have produced better quality work will get access to jobs quicker. And so we want to reward the people who've stayed with us, and we want to reward good work. The other thing that's happening is that, as you see, the quantity of work is going up, and eventually we want to reach the stage where it's a reliable stream of jobs just coming through, and people like you are just going to have your pick of work. But we do know that when jobs get posted, people jump on it. And, it's great for the customers, but we want to help out you guys as well.
How do you pay people in different countries?
We use PayPal, actually. And PayPal has been pretty good because we can accept customer payments in PayPal and then transfer it out to the translator. We don't have to transfer between multiple different systems. There are countries where PayPal isn't really used or it doesn't really work out. We're looking at a couple of ways to get around that, maybe some other payment systems, but actually PayPal has been really great.
So you charge based off the word, but what about certain texts that are minimal on word size but are very complex to translate? Do you factor for that in pricing? And also, do you allow translators the opportunity to use this as a sourcing opportunity? Say if I translate something for a certain company that, by the way, I'm the translator, come to me for other things, etc.
So on the context example, if we make it pretty clear up front that we're not a specialist service. So if you have something really complex or a legal or a medical translation, we're not the company to go for. I don't recommend you do that. But for everyday content, we're actually fine. We encourage customers to give context around the translation, and that seems to be working out. But yeah, if you had if you had something like an advertising jingle or a strap line or something like that, it wouldn't be appropriate to put it through our service. And then, what was the other question? Oh, sure. Yeah, so actually all the translators are anonymous. And the reason for that really is that we don't want customers to have to choose a translator. So if customers find a translator that they like, they can prefer that translator and then they can get them again on subsequent jobs. But it's not really like a lead generation tool for translators.
So we saw Langing tonight. Do you see them as a threat?
No, not at all. No. I think those guys are doing really cool stuff. And the community-centered translation stuff is really cool as well. But I think what's emerging is that the companies we're working with now, they need translation reliably day after day. They need to know if they put an order through that's going to come back. And the community-based stuff is not so great at that kind of thing. It's better for kind of wider, more sort of community-based content, basically.
Hi guys, so I'm a bit biased because I'm an investor in Langing. I actually have a little bit tough question for you guys because your platform.
Right now.
You anonymize translators. So what do you do if, let's say as a client or as a translator, I want to connect directly with my clients outside of your service to avoid paying your commission fees?
Right now, we discourage this basically. So in the terms of service, the translator is not allowed to contact the customer outside the service. We have little, kind of annoying things like on the comment form, we'll check for email addresses, that kind of thing. To be honest, we had one customer who went around trying to find translators through MyGetGo, and he wanted to start his own translation site. Apart from that, we haven't really had that kind of usage. And the nice thing is that